let's see if the movie lives up to the memes. Let's talk about Dhurandhar. When I first saw the trailers for this movie or even heard about this film, I really had no real intention of watching it because it did look like another film like Animal. I'm not the biggest fan in the type of movie that we got from Animal. It was a gritty movie that was shot incredibly and edited well, but it lacked in the storytelling department and lacked in the character department, and it was just vulgar for the sake of being vulgar and like this really gritty R-rated type of Indian film. But I am so happy that I watched Surrender because this was nothing like that. This movie earns its gritty R-rated film rating. It's a film that is very mature and very graphic. It reminds me of, in a way, like something of a Godfather or a Martin Scorsese like gang film without the like quick cuts and edits. And I'm not saying it's on par with either of those types of films, but it is a really big step and leap for Indian cinema because the editing, the productions, the designs, the cinematography, the fight sequences, everything is well shot, choreographed, and directed incredibly well. And the performances from the cast is incredible. I will say that this movie is incredibly long. It is a 3 hour 40-minute film, and it does feel like it's runtime, but it is packed with so much content and so much things happening that you don't really know what to cut because everything feels important to the story. So from a filmmaking perspective, I want to give it all the kudos. I think it's actually fantastically directed and shot. um, there are a lot of things that go on that's really graphic, and it all is earned and deserved. And even the writing, I think it's written well. I think the writing is strong. It's intense. It's gritty. The main character doesn't have a whole lot to say, but he shows off a lot with his emotions. I do like how this movie does tie back into real life events, some really tragic events. And yeah, you can say it's anti, Pakistani propaganda or whatnot, but these are real events. These are real things that happened. And it doesn't make it seem like, Pakistani people or Muslims are bad. It's just that there are bad people that do bad things, and it emphasizes that. One of the other great highlights in this film is in its performances. Think, I mean, can we be honest? Ranbir Singh is one heck of a gorgeous looking man, and he gives a stellar performance, probably one of his best performances to date. This really shows his range as this intense anger. The standout obviously is Akshay Khanna. You can see from the film, from the trailers, he owns every scene that he's in. He commands it. He has like this really bizarre like posture in the film, and it emphasizes his his intensity and like the weight and gravitas that he has, and he's fantastic in this film. The rest of the cast is really good as well. Everybody adds a different layer to the film, and I don't know how much of it is based on the actual true events. There are some like found footage stuff that they do in here, from the actual like newscastings, and it's heartbreaking to see and relive that stuff. But I know it's been Bollywoodified. There are things that it does to dramatize the film, and it's fun action. Some of it is a little hokey, over the top. You're kind of questioning how some people are surviving the things that they're being happen to them. But overall, I think Dhurandhar is a really well executed film. It's directed well, it's written well. It is incredibly long, and there is a part two. If you don't know, there is a part two that is announced, and it's supposed to go into the backstory and continue the story going forward. This is public knowledge, it's not a spoiler. It's public knowledge, and it's coming out fairly soon. And am I excited to watch the second part? Kind of. Um, and I think the film is well made. I think the performances are good. The storytelling is good here. The music is really well done. The score, the cinematography, everything is really good. I'm not saying this is a masterpiece in filmmaking or in storytelling, but it is a pretty darn good film. But it's not going to be for everyone. It is pretty graphic. There are things that happen in it that are unsettling, but I think it's par for the course of the type of story it is.